Hello friends, how are you? Shall we start our class today? So let's go. The slap echoed through the tiny kitchen. Cristine's cheek burned, but her husband's words hurt more. "You're nothing without me," David hissed, his breath smelling of cheap whiskey. Poor, stupid Cristine. Who'd want a worthless girl like you? She clutched the edge of the sink, tears blurring the dirty dishes. I try so hard," she whispered. David laughed, tossing a suitcase onto their frayed couch. "Save your tears. Maria's got a penthouse and class. Not like you." Maria. Cristine's stomach twisted. The rich client from his job. "Pack your trash. I'm done here." He kicked a broken vase, her mother's last gift, shattering it. As the door slammed, Cristine collapsed. The floor chilled her knees, but the fire in her chest grew. She grabbed the largest shard of porcelain, her reflection fractured just like her life. Then a whisper, "Never again." She stood, wiping her face with shaky hands. Outside, rain began to fall. David's car sped away, taillights bleeding into the storm. One day, she vowed, "You'll regret this." The coins clinked in Cristine's palm, just enough for rent but not for food. She tucked them into the landlord's envelope, her fingers trembling. Under her pillow, the pregnancy test burned in her mind. 2 pink lines. "You're late again, Cristine," Mrs. Henderson, the diner manager, snapped as she rushed in. "One more strike, you're out." "I'm sorry, Save it. Table 6 needs coffee." Cristine forced a smile, balancing the heavy tray. Her stomach churned, but she swallowed the nausea. For the baby, she told herself. That night, rain tapped the window of her tiny apartment. She stared at the test again, tears dripping onto the plastic. How could she do this alone? A knock startled her. Lisa, her neighbor, stood holding a pot of soup. "You forgot our lunch date," she scolded gently, then froze. "Oh." Cristine. The test sat between them. Lisa pulled her into a hug. "You're stronger than you think," she whispered. "But how?" Cristine sobbed. "David left me with nothing." Lisa squeezed her hand. "A baby is a blessing, even in the storm." Cristine touched her stomach. For the first time in weeks, she didn't feel alone. The warm scent of cinnamon filled the cramped kitchen as Cristine carefully pulled the golden brown cake from the oven. Her lower back ached from standing too long, but she ignored it. Sophia, now 3 months old, slept peacefully in the sling wrapped around her chest, tiny fists curled under her chin. "Just one more batch," Cristine whispered, wiping flour-dusted hands on her apron. The diner job barely covered rent, but these cakes, these could change everything. A knock at the door startled her. Mrs. Delaney from apartment 4B peered in. "Dear Lord, that smells divine. Are you selling these?" Cristine hesitated. Yes. Just trying to earn extra for." She glanced down at Sophia. "I'll take 2. "No, 3. Mrs. Delaney insisted, already pulling out her wallet. "My bridge club will go wild for these." By Sunday, Cristine had sold out. She counted the cash twice, enough for diapers and to fix the leaky faucet. Then came the game changer. Miss Cristine. A well-dressed woman lingered by her table at the diner after finishing a slice of her now famous caramel cake. I own Sweet Haven downtown. These flavors, they're exceptional. Have you ever considered opening your own shop? Cristine nearly dropped her notepad. I don't have the money for. The woman slid a business card across the sticky table. My investment group helps talented women like you. Call me. That night, Cristine rocked Sophia by the window, watching neon signs flicker through the rain. We might just have our chance, baby girl, she murmured. The city's reflection shimmered in the puddles below, broken but beautiful. The champagne flute trembled slightly in Cristine's hand as she surveyed her packed bakery. Sophia's Sweets, the letters glowed in elegant script above the door. 5 years of struggle, of burned batches and sleepless nights, had led to this moment. Mommy, look. 6-year-old Sophia tugged her dress, pointing at the towering cake display. They're eating your rainbow cake. Cristine kissed her daughter's curls. Our rainbow cake, she corrected. The crowd murmured appreciatively as servers passed trays of her signature desserts, each recipe tested in that tiny apartment kitchen. Then she saw him. David stood near the macarons, his tailored suit straining at the shoulders. His gaze locked onto her with a hunger that had nothing to do with pastry. Cristine. He materialized at her elbow, reeking of expensive cologne and regret. You built all this alone? Her knuckles whitened around the flute. With my daughter. A muscle twitched in his jaw. Maria left me. Took half my... Oh no, Cristine interrupted sweetly. Did poor David finally get used like he used people? The nearby customers pretended not to eavesdrop. His face darkened. I was a fool. Take me back. For Sophia's sake. The door you closed, she said loudly enough for surrounding tables to hear, will never open again. Gasps rippled through the crowd. David recoiled as cell phones discreetly captured his humiliation. You'll regret this, he spat before storming out. Already do, Cristine murmured to his retreating back. I regret every second I wasted loving you. The room erupted in applause she hadn't realized she'd earned. Near the entrance, a silver-haired man in a navy blazer clapped the longest. When their eyes met, he raised his espresso in silent salute. The vintage mixing bowl sat on Cristine's counter like a dream she'd forgotten to have. French porcelain, hand-painted with forget-me-nots, the exact one she'd admired for years in an antique shop window. A folded note rested inside. For the woman who turns flour into magic. D. The bell over the bakery door jingled. Daniel stood there holding 2 coffees, his smile tentative. Too forward. Depends, Cristine said, fighting her own smile. Is this a bribe? Because my red velvet recipe isn't for sale. Actually, he set down the coffees, I want to invest in your expansion. But first... He pulled a coloring book from his briefcase, Sophia's favorite, with unicorns. Heard the boss's kid approves all major decisions. Sophia giggled from her booster seat, kicking her light-up sneakers. 3 months later, as Cristine reviewed blueprints for a second location, Daniel's hand brushed hers. "I need to tell you something," he said, uncharacteristically nervous. Her breath hitched. "Bad news. He's leaving. It was just business." Then he knelt. Not on one knee, but both, like a man surrendering to truth. "I fell for you the day you destroyed that bastard with words instead of fists," he said, pressing a bakery key into her palm. "This is for my place. Because love isn't about pain, it's about healing. Let me heal your heart." The key was warm. Sophia cheered through a mouthful of sprinkles. And Cristine, who'd sworn she'd never trust again, whispered "yes" against Daniel's lips as afternoon light gilded the bakery case. Outside, the city pulsed with noise and chaos. But here, in this sweet-smelling sanctuary they'd built, the broken pieces of her past finally settled into something whole. It's great to see you here. Tell me in the comments what you thought of the story and what level of difficulty it was for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell so you don't miss new stories, and like if you liked it. I'll see you next time. Bye.